Hi, I'm Christopher Knight, and welcome to this edition of Pork Chops and Applesauce. As is well known, in California, environmental issues are felt very strongly, and commensurate with this sentiment, environmental protections hold considerable sway. And growing up in California, I was aware of environmental concerns from the very earliest childhood. Some from outside our state might say that we are programmed to be environmental protectionists. I like to think, though, that we are raised to be sensitive to environmental degradation. At this point, it's not just us Californians who are aware that CO2 is a greenhouse gas and a principal cause of global warming. Now, I had been led to believe that farming, particularly animal agriculture, was a leading cause of CO2 emissions. The common thought is, if we were to all go vegetarian or at least adopt a practice of meatless Mondays, we could significantly reduce greenhouse gas. After spending time with organizations like NutriBlend, Elanco, and Diamond V, I've learned that perhaps I should consider digging a little deeper. Study the facts. In my research, I discovered that if the entire U.S. population adopted meatless Mondays, that would only reduce the total U.S. carbon footprint by less than 0.5%. It would take 3 meatless days to reduce our carbon footprint by 1%. And going totally vegetarian all 7 days only lowers our carbon footprint by a bit under 3%. It's not that 3% isn't scientifically significant. In this context, it's arguable, but the change required is way out of balance for the benefits gained toward lower carbon emissions. Our bodies are built to consume animal protein. Children need the advantage of animal-based protein in their diet for proper development, mentally if not physically. But that's a story for another time. Now, the voices in the plant-based diet movement make it sound like animal-based protein is a major contributor to greenhouse gases. But according to the EPA, animal agriculture accounts for only 3% of all U.S. greenhouse gas. On the other hand, the transportation industry accounts for 26% of our CO2 emissions. So before we exhaust ourselves convincing the masses to stop eating meat to save ourselves from global warming, let's transition out of carbon-based fuel. As hard as that may be, it's far easier than completely ridding our diets of meat, and 9 times more effective. And there you go. It's another edition of Pork Chops and Applesauce. I hope it's been informative.